What's up, Cowboy Nation, Cowboy Headquarters, and America Team, and welcome to What's Up Wednesday. Give it up. Yeah, another day, another dollar being made on the job, and here we are sitting up here with my guy, PR Cowboy. Let's give it up for PR Cowboys. And coming on here in a minute, I see her moving on up. She's trying to get on as fast as she can because she wants to do the introduction. So let's introduce our person, Miss Fleabug. Bring on. She made it. She made it. All right, y'all. How y'all doing? Y'all, I know y'all feeling great today. Everybody feeling good today. Hey, woo, woo, woo.
Feeling better. Been better.
It's been better. Yeah. Well, this is a segment that we're going to do recap of the Baltimore Ravens and Cowboys game, and we're going to do a pregame of the Giants and Cowboys game on tomorrow night. Give it up. So you guys stay tuned because we got a lot to talk about, and we're going to get into it. Fleabug, you want to have there? Our guy Patrick Ryder is in the house. Give it up for Patrick Ryder. Yeah, it's a lot to talk about tonight, So we might need to go. Fleabug, how you doing? You feeling all right? You smiling like you just won $1 million. What's going on with you? How you
feeling? I'm just wondering why we have to recap the game because it was.
I'm curious for people that want to come on What's Up Wednesday and they want to vent, and we're going to allow them to vent. Give it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is what we do. It's barbershop talk. And salon talk. I mean, you got the salon talk in there. PR Cowboy, how you feeling, brother? You okay today?
Yeah, man. Like Fleabug said, I mean, we're gonna talk about it, but we ain't got much time to dwell on it. We got a game tomorrow night to get ready for, and let's go. So yeah.
Yeah, facts, man. So with that being said, we'd like to give a big shout out, and I got to really update because we got more. We got more groups out there and more clubs and more content creators that supporting our channel. But I got to take out time to update that. But Fleabug, go ahead and you want to give a big shout out and thank you to all those that have helped us.
Yes, of course, we want to thank all those that follow us and subscribe to our channel. But we also want to thank all the social media groups that share our content on their social media. And that would be the Cowboys Huddle Podcast Facebook, Cowboys Fans 365, We Dem Boys, 520 Boys, Queens of Honor by Cowboys Fan Club Mexico, Cowboys Fan Zone 24/7 Guadalajara, Hard Hitters Lifestyle, and One Star One Family. But of course, like he said, there's several other groups that are sharing our content on their social media groups, and we really truly want to thank you for that, because without you,
without you, we would not be where we are today. So that's what's going on. So let's get into this first article that's out there, Fleabug and Pete. So basically, the question was asked by USA: will Dalvin Cook play for the Cowboys versus the Giants on Thursday? And what it's saying right here says Elliott joined Dowdle, Vaughn, and fullback Hunter Luke as a part of the running back by committee approach that Dallas planned to use. Just after they finalized a 53-man roster ahead of the season, the Cowboys signed running back Dalvin Cook to the practice squad. Cook spent the regular season last year with New York Jets and joined the Ravens in the postseason. As the Cowboys' run game has absolutely abhorrent so far this season, last week running backs combined for just 16 carries for 51 yards and 1 touchdown. I got to do that one more time. So many fans have called on them to elevate Cook from the practice squad and give him a shot on the field. Well, this has been reported by Clarence Hill. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones says running back Dalvin Cook will not play against the Giants. PR Cowboy, is it time to bring Dalvin Cook onto this running back game, or or we need to wait? Are we waiting for Zeke to get hurt? And I'm wearing my Zeke
I
who
think
shirt. But that's how they treat him.
what
I'm
one
trying to.
thing one thing is I think it happens after this Thursday night game. But what is the difference it's going to make if you're giving a guy 8 carries during the game? Rico's supposed to be, if he's our starter, why is he only getting 8 carries? As a combined 16 carries if you're doing a committee. So I don't think it's the answer unless you're willing to commit to the run game.
Mm,
And regardless of who you put in there. And the mind of why Deuce Vaughn is ahead of Zeke at this point, I have no idea what they're thinking. It seems when at least Zeke or Luke touch the ball, they're getting positive yards. But like I said, it's a limit. What is it? 19 carries week one, I think 21 week two, week and 16 last week. And all three games, the opponent is out carrying us in all three games, like big time. And you can see it. You can see the play action's not working because they're not respecting the run. And the run game's a mess, and you have to commit to it. So, like I said, I don't think, regardless if you bring them up or not, unless you're going to commit, what's the use?
you know, you're so true. And I want to put a star right what Lord Nova said right there. Fire Jerry Jones, the GM, because we're going to hold that one, Fleabug. Let's hold them because we're definitely going to talk about that topic right there a little bit later.
Okay. Okay.
But
So
go
I
ahead,
have.
Fleabug. What you
Okay.
got?
So you said about. Okay. So about Cook coming in. Okay. Basically, so the people that we already have, like Zeke, Dowdle, I mean, we're not even using the ones that we have. So what difference does it make? I'm like him. What difference does it make if we bring him in or not? Like at this point, we're not consistent with any running back. None of them. And we're not even using the run game. We're To me, Dak is more of a passing every game, passing and losing the ball, and
Well,
we're just not consistent with anything at this point. And it's very frustrating. It's very it what makes me madder than anything is because of people like us that are not actual NFL coaches and other people that have content, social media content. It seems like they should be out there coaching versus the ones that are actually out there coaching, because this is a bunch of.
yeah. Um,
I'm trying to be political, not politically correct because we're
nah,
an
this ain't no
unpolitical
politically
show,
correct
but I know, but
channel.
I just, as a female, I hate to be cussing like a sailor, but this is a
Well,
bunch of bullshit.
if you got
Let
to,
it out.
it's
You
okay.
deserve it. Deserve it.
It's just a
Oh
bunch of
yes,
bullshit,
hey,
basically.
she can, boy, she can go, boy. I tell you what,
I
whoo,
just,
she
I
don't
mean,
get fooled by the smile, 'cause, boy, she let loose, boy. I like, whoo, my ears be burning. I told you like
I'm
the
just not
people.
happy
and,
with the game at all,
and,
and it's so
Well,
and
much. It's
look,
so much to talk about. Like
And look, I
it's
want to give
not
it the
just
benefit. And like you said, we had the same complaints last year about the red zone for the first 6 weeks. We had the red zone issue, and then we just something I don't know. They got it going. They got it going, uh, and elevated. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm hoping happens. But from what we've seen so far, it's just there's just no commitment to it.
Pete, we can't keep saying it's going to take middle of the week. We've been doing this for the last 5 years.
No,
No, we can't say
I
it's
get
going to
it.
come along. We got to know this by now. This is
No,
the
yeah, I
same
get it.
offensive coordinator, same head coach, and same quarterback. There's nothing else to say. We got to let it simmer and warm up, and then come to a ball at the end. No,
I
we're
no,
past.
I get it. I get it. I get the frustration. I get it. But if you look across the league, the first two games, field goals are up, touchdowns are down. And why do you think that is?
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
because of lack of training camp, because of lack of preseason. Now, I'm not saying like I said, I'm not giving them a pass just because because we're like I said, you you should have some kind of identity at least, and you don't. But like I'm saying, that's what I've seen across the league of how it looks the first couple of weeks of how it's looked. So That's all I'm saying. But I get because we're at that point of frustration because of how it ended last year going into
Yeah,
season. So we're at that level
yeah.
already.
I'm looking at this team. This team is worse than what we had last year. To be honest with you, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I don't, and I understand that we are looking at a new defense. These guys going from a nickel package defense, trying to learn a 4-3, which a 4-3 is really a base defense. It's an old school defense, and these guys are used to playing with an extra man in the box. They don't have an extra man in the box. They run it with a true three linebacker setup with two safeties and two corners and four linemen. And for whatever reason, I don't know why they're making it so difficult. This is something that you teach 4-3 defense in Pee Wee. Pee
Hmm.
Wee. Everybody should know how to play a 4-3 defense, regardless what the formation looks like. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Bring up that one by Lord Nova. He got to come. Let's bring up some of these comments. I see a couple of comments here. I find it hard to believe that our coaches watch film on other teams to exploit weaknesses on their team. And they actually, Lord Nova, they actually have a film crew. This film crew goes and watch the film, and once they break down the film, they take the film to the players and the coaches. So it's a whole process that they get. They have a film crew that goes in there and edit those games and break down the points that they need to see. And if that's the case, and they're not finding out where the weaknesses are, they need to get rid of that editing team. That editing team is missing something because all we saw with this team here tonight on Sunday is read options. Wait a
Hmm.
minute.
Okay, with that being said, we always want to blame the coaches. I, we want to blame the read team now for the reading of the games and all. What? It's the players, the ones that are out there on the field. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, guys. These
And,
people. Let's not get me started on these contracts. This $240 million damn quarterback and this 34. How much $1 million did the CD get? He dropped the
136,
damn ball. He dropped
136
the damn
million.
ball. He dropped it and then had the nerve to get an attitude with Dak. Come
Yeah.
on. And then just
Yeah.
the last it was both praising each other. He was praising Zach, saying Dak needed his money and oh, they're so good together and all this crap. And then he goes out there and drops the ball, and then they're sitting there arguing on the sideline like some damn kindergartners. Come on. And
And you
these
know
and
what? And
playing scared. For
and you know
$240 million, what the hell you playing scared for? Shit.
and you know
Okay,
what? Somebody
let's
said,
go to the comments. Let's go to the comments
no,
because I
we will hold on, but I want to respond to that. But somebody said, can this be fixed between Dak and CD? They have no choice. They're married to each other for the next 4 or 5 years. So they're gonna have to fix. They have no choice but to fix this. So regardless what that looked like, but again, what we saw on Sunday looked like what we left off with against Green Bay last season. This is the
Yep.
third home game we have got Peter Roll in since last season. Green Bay, Saints, and now the Ravens. So I don't know what's
and
going
but,
on.
but last season all of our home games we were winning.
Yeah,
It
but
didn't
we're
matter.
just saying going back to the last game.
Yeah,
Since
the
that
first
game,
three home
it's
games.
it's just since that game, it's just been like I don't know what it is. Or do they just get in flashbacks to that game and just at home is in their head? I don't know what it could be.
Justin, hey, what's up, Justin? Glad you could be a part of this tonight, man. We're venting tonight, man. We just letting it all hang out. We just saying what you want to say. We unapologetic what we say, and guess what? You will not be bleeped or yeah. But anyway, so Justin said, "Man, the Cowboys are the most overrated team of my entire life. I'm 26 years old, guys, and have 20. I'm
You
26 years old. You guys have for a playoff win and have
4 playoff wins in that time
okay,
span.
4 playoff win
Yeah,
in that time span. But yeah, yeah, you know what? You was actually born when we won the 3rd Super Bowl, man. So I know you don't even remember that. Poor you. I hate that for you. But in '92 is when I became a drunk because we was winning so much. I
yeah,
drank beer every
celebrating.
day and I drank, I danced in the street. So I'm just glad to be here to see you as a 26-year-old that you are still a Cowboy fan and hopefully, hopefully soon, I hope that you are able to witness a Super Bowl because when I did, believe me, I became a drunk. I was it was just but Pete, it was just that much party. Fleabug, it was just that much party because we was winning so much
Yeah,
back then. We had
yeah,
parades, y'all, downtown Dallas. So yeah, Justin, we appreciate that, man. But just hang in there, man. You just hang in there. Don't give up, because when you give up, that's when they're gonna do something.
Oh my
But
God. Look what Justin said. Go down. Look, I gotta show this.
yeah. There
I
you
mean, here you
go,
go. Okay,
What
Cowboys.
in the heck?
That's okay. That's okay. But I'm gonna let Justice stay in here because they still trying to get where we are. So he's seen one Super Bowl that they got in that empty trophy case that they got, and it was a
fan.
lollipop ring that they got with that trophy. So until he feels he's up with four more Super Bowls, Justin, then you can come talk to. But I appreciate your comment, man. But this is the regular Eagle fan. This is what they do because they get to the well, we've been to the Super Bowl. In the words of Ricky Bobby, if you're not first, you what? You're
Yeah.
last. Okay, give it up. How about that? But pull up the next one. Oh, I like this. This is how we want to go with. Oh, my sorry. We, we are
Oh,
we are competitive every year, unlike you. Again, in the words of Ricky Bobby, if you're not first, you're what? You're
last.
last.
Yeah, I mean, we're. I think the last 3 years we've been in the playoffs too. That's being competitive, if you want to
Yeah.
look at it
So
that way.
if
But we're
you're
still in the
just
same boat. So
Yeah, just if you're happy for your second place ribbon or your third place ribbon, congratulations, because you got a participation ribbon. Okay, great, man. But get four more trophies, and then we can maybe talk
that's
about this.
what that's what makes us different because our expectation is a Super Bowl or not,
Yeah,
and other teams, other guys are like, oh, we made it this far. No, we
yeah,
don't.
we made it
We
to the
don't care
playoffs.
if we made it this far. It's
Playoffs
Super
is
Bowl or
nothing
nothing for
to
us.
us.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah.
old head. So we've seen the Super Bowl, so we don't count even being in the Super Bowl as victory. We got to have the
No,
Super
you
Bowl
got to
winning.
win it. You have to win it.
And look who's
I'm
on
not
here.
putting these comments in order because there's stuff I'm seeing, so just bear with me. So I have to do this one because, hey, Cowboy Babe, glad to see you back.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
That's right. Hey, and but guess what, Cowboys, babe? Guess what? Your husband, he's upset as well. Give it up for our husband, Cowboys babe husband. Because they lost as well. Her husband's a 49er fan. My brother come calling me and telling me, well, man, I guess we're in the same boat. No, we not. No, we not. No. So, but
Okay, so now we got to go back to the comments up above. Okay.
okay, we need defensive tackle, wide receivers, running back. Jerry, the GM, need to make some move. Yeah, we'd have a deadline, man. Well, and then we talk about that. We're totally off script. I don't care. I don't care. We brought in. We let Justin Rogers go. Dexter Daxon is not getting any time. Jordan Phillips is. Yeah, that's who I meant. Jordan Phillips. We let him go. Uh, and we're stuck again with Mozzie Smith. Thanks a lot, Smozzie Smith. We done brought people in that you done got fired and you still need more help. Good grief. So yeah, we need a lot of help, man. Patrick Wright and Mike McCarthy needs to brighten up. This running back by committee is not going to work. Would not have this damn problem if we would have signed Derrick Henry. Ooh, man. Yeah. I agree, man. Let me say this, and I know where we are. So, really and truly, when I looked at their sideline, Fleabug and Pete, they had a 32-year-old defensive coordinator, and the offensive coordinator that was up in the booth. I know he was no more than 35. And then I look at our sideline. We look at Mike Solara. Mike Solara is probably in his 70s, and then we got Mike Zimmer, which I know he's in his 60s, and then we got Mike McCarthy's probably in his 60s. So I'm just wondering, man. These young coaches are reinventing the game. They're reinventing the game, and all this offensive coordinator did for the Vikings was basic. I mean, not for the Vikings, for the Ravens. It just do something real simple, a lot of movement, and just read option. And Mike Zimmer was not able to adjust to it. It's simple stuff, but it's effective. So my question to you, Pete. Do you think the game has passed our coaching staff?
It's just so hard to say because, man, didn't McCarthy, I felt like he took the offense to another level last year because Dak was second in MVP. How do we go from just that of not even less than a year ago to just not being able not to know how to call offensive plays? I just I don't see it. I don't understand why that would be it. And like I said, I've been a McCarthy guy, like I said, but like you
Yeah, I
said,
was
the
too.
one the one thing is the commit. And to me, I think it's just the committal to the run. Because look, if you look at the rollout, they're trying to do this play action with Dak rollout, and that play has always been there, right? Jake Ferguson in the flat, he picks up 10, 11 yards. They're not biting. They're not biting on the run. So if you ain't got the run going, it's just not going to happen. Now to Zimmer, we don't know. I mean, like I said, what he was out of coaching, and I'm not going to put that on them yet.
Right.
Not yet. I'm not going to put it on them yet because, like I said, like Lee Fleabug said, that the players on that defensive side of the ball, we've seen undisciplined, out of position, and not doing their part, not doing what
Yeah.
they're supposed to do. So I'm not going to put that on them yet.
Fleabug, do you think that the game has passed up these coaches?
You
I
know,
mean, I mean, look at the coach.
I don't want to say yes because experience should always, you
You
know.
would think, but it's being recreated though. I mean, I can, I could,
So
yeah,
you're
and
saying
like
they're
you,
so stuck in their old ways that they can't adjust to the newer things that are happening, and so when something like you said simple happens, they don't know how to handle it. I mean, come on, that doesn't.
this is what I was expecting, and I know this is two different levels, but when I've been coaching Pee Wee football for so long. So this last year that I coach, and I'm
And
playing,
that's so sad when you bring in Pee Wee football with professional
I
football.
know it. I
It's
know it, but
sad.
and it is sad. But and I say this to say that to say because of the experience I have been coaching. So when I
Mhm.
played against these other coaches, young coaches, it's like everything they ran. Oh yeah, I seen that. Oh yeah, I know what he's gonna do on that. Oh, yeah, he's gonna try this. So, and that's what I'm thinking. Would you have experience like this, Pete? That you would think these guys seen this before to be able to adjust to it, and it's just like they're in the chemistry is not there. And we're gonna get to these comments again. So, Fleetwood, get ready to get
But
these comments back up.
but we see this with even the young coaches where sometimes these coaches just think they're so damn smart for they're just smarter than everybody, right? And
Right.
they just think and you see that, sir. You see it with Shanahan in game situations where he's lost games for his team because
Yeah.
of he gets too smart or too cute. And I feel like that's what kind of McCarthy is kind of doing a little bit, just trying to get a little bit too cute with it instead of like, hey man, keep it simple. And,
Yeah.
and you know what I'm saying? That's what I kind of feel like. I get that feeling like he does what ran like 10 end rounds the first two games, the most I've seen. Like I said, and like I said, a couple of those probably would have worked if the block execution was there. But like, I mean, I've seen more end rounds in the first couple of games than I think I've seen all last year put together. So I think I just, like I said, just kind of simplify it and get the offense in the groove.
Yeah. Let's go to these comments. What we got going on up there, Fleetwood? We are not physical. We're not a physical team, and it starts with the coach. And that's true. I mean, accountability. There's. I'm surprised Zimmer hasn't started ripping some new butts into some of these folks, man. And that's the type of coach he is. I don't know. Maybe he's doing it this week, but one thing we know that Jason Garrett was not that guy. We know Mike McCarthy is not that guy to get in the person's face and hold people accountable. And that's and we're gonna get into the video. We're gonna get into these comments that Emmett Smith makes. So you guys hang around because Emmett Smith said some things. This is Emmett Smith talking about his team. So hold tight. Around about the 7:30 mark, we're gonna get into some of Emmett Smith comments, what he said on USA Today. But Lord Nova said only Eagle fans count. We almost won, or at least we made it. I hear those all the time. Being from Philly, that's right. You are from Philly, Lord Nova. I know you hear that. We almost made it. Give it up for Lord Nova. So true, so true. Justin got one. Let's see what Justin said about Lord Nova. Lord.
Oh,
Lord, what have the Cowboys done in the past 25 years? Well, you wouldn't know because
only
25 years.
26. Come on now. Okay, let's go on to Patrick. Hey, Patrick.
Our
Let's
defense
see what
done
we got
got
there.
their ass
Three home
kicked
game. Yeah,
3 home games in a row. Yeah. And
nowhere to
how
put
do
it
you
right there.
fix it? How do you fix that, man? I mean, this is at home. I mean, as kids, I said this
And our defense is normally who holds us up, and they're not even holding us up right now.
where we can't keep the opposing team out the end zone, and we can't get in the end zone.
Yeah,
What?
recipe for disaster. Recipe for disaster right there.
So since we're doing, I don't know if Chip's going to come on, but I want to get into this video and let's talk. Well, it's not even a video; it's just a recording of Emmett talking about this right here. Was this? This is what he had to say. So let me know if y'all can hear this. So here we go. Let me see if I can turn it up.
Of what you should be expecting from your
Can y'all
Cowboys
hear that?
team. Now, the Saints
Uh-huh.
came in and ran the rock down our throat, which says our run game is pretty poor, but Cleveland was poor offensively. So we didn't get a chance to see how poor our run defense really looked like. They came in, they threw the deep bomb, they hit the ball down the field big time. So we couldn't get a rush on the quarterback. So the quarterback had plenty of time to throw the rock. The best thing that we got going for us right now is our special team.
What? He said the best thing that's going for us right now is our special team, and that's Brandon Aubrey. I mean, Pete. What?
Yeah, you're not lying, and it seems to happen to like us all the time. Either our offense is really good and our special teams is bad. Our defense is really good and the offense is not good. Now we're just where our special team is great and both the offense and defense just can't help them out.
Fleabug, what do you think? When
What
he
he
said,
said, that's funny he said that because basically, when one of our specialty groups are, like he said, if defense is doing good, then offense is doing bad. If offense is doing bad or good, then defense is doing bad. I don't understand why we can't be good all at the same time. Like, what the hell is the problem? Like, what at this point, I just don't even know what to say because Sunday I woke up. I work overnight and I get up to watch these games. And when I get up and
Yeah.
shit that happened on Sunday, that pisses me off so bad because it's like really, and I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but I feel like Dak is playing scared.
well, and that's what
Like,
we gotta get to, and we're gonna talk about that because and what Aubrey, the best
what
kicker in
is
the
he
NFL,
afraid of?
give it up. And that's so true, Aubrey. But that the sad part about that, he made history. Brandon Aubrey made history on Sunday. He kicked a 65-yard field goal, and everybody was jumping, yeah, yeah, yeah. But if it was me, Pete Fleabug, I would have been pissed because we had to rely on our kicker to kick a 65-yard field goal. I'm not. Brandon Aubrey, hey, congratulations. But personally, I'm upset. I'm calling upstairs. I'm getting the guys. Okay, what do we need to do to get in the inside of this 20 in which we do that? That doesn't work either. So, hey, before we get
and
it
it's
go any further, I got to bring this guy up. Hold that thought real quick. I got Chip. Game Sports TV is in the house. Give it up. He made it. I got Chip. What's going on, Chip? Talk to us.
Salute! You are now rocking with the best Chip Game Sports TV. Live and direct. Coming with a lot of cowboy muscle. In the middle of the cowboy huddle. With my man G, the #1 cowboy fan Hampton. P and Ladybug. Love you guys. What's up? Good evening.
Hey,
All
welcome,
right.
welcome.
What's up, Chip?
Come on, bring some energy to us because right now we kind of,
Well,
we need some
we
energy.
just let it. Hey, we just let it. We just venting right now, and everybody. We even got an Eagles fan in here tonight. We're gonna let him stay in here because I like his. I like his courageousness, his courage, or whatever
Respect,
you want to call it.
respect.
But here's what I just played, and we're playing some tape from Emmett Smith, and
Mm.
the question was asked about this team. And Emmett Smith, we got a couple other clips that we need to hear from, but what he said was the best thing going for our team is special teams.
Absolutely right. 100%. Without a doubt, the man did not lie. The best thing and the only thing going on in Dallas is probably barbecue, Brandon Aubrey, and the special teams unit. Give it
And
up to them, salute them, everything. Ain't nobody else playing, G.
Pete, what was that you gonna say? Well, you get ready to say something before.
Oh no, just like we said, we're talking about red zone, and Fleabug brought it earlier was the fumble by CD, and you feel like that. Momentum's a big thing, right? And who knows if we get a touchdown there, if we start, and it just from that moment, it just even fell flatter than what it was.
And now that we're talking about that, let's get into this next clip by Emmett Smith. Again, this was brought to us by USA Today Sports. So this is at the 440 mark. He said his concerns for the play calling or the players. So let's hear this out real quick.
In the second half of that Cleveland Brown game, I saw a sputter, which also raised concerns for me in terms of not being able to get back in the rhythm. That's either through play calling or that's even through play of the players. And so that is a problem. We cannot afford to have a lull in the middle of the game or even come in not ready to play. Because when we do that, you see things that you just saw on this past Sunday. And so for me, it's about preparation. It's about our team being physically fit, mentally fit, and emotionally fit to go and compete at the highest level that we expect them to compete at.
Ooh, give it up for Emmett. That's our very own Hall of Famer, Emmett Smith. Chip, we're going to let you start off on that. So how you feel about that? He said it's the preparation. He talks about either it's the play calling of the players. What is going on here with this team, brother?
Well, it's absolutely preparation. You come in too flat, right?
Yeah.
You come in flat on offense and defense. Nothing's gelled together. You coming in lackluster, no fire, no hungriness. It has to come from.
You're
Hold
muted.
on, I may have to go on
No,
airplane
we
mode.
hear you.
Somebody
We
was
hear
trying
you.
to call me. Okay, cool. Now this team, they got to do something. Emmett's right. I think it's a preparation thing, but coaches coach. But the players are missing something. The players get on the floor, but guess what? On the field. But when they get on the field, the Dallas Cowboys aren't doing nothing whatsoever at all. We're not. I said in the post last week, we had to be first. We had to be physical. We was not first. We was not physical. And last thing I said, we should finish. We finished nothing at all. I'm gonna end it with this. There's a boxer, Tank Davis. I follow him. I happen to love the guy. When he boxes, he starts slow. But in his slow start, he's calculating. He's parrying blows. He's catching the rhythm of the boxer he's going against. And then in a calculated stance, he gets him up out of there. Dallas Cowboys start slow, but they can't parry a blow. They can't stop the offense. They can't stop the run. And they can't contribute on the offensive end. The only thing we could do is kick field goals.
Fleabug, so how you feel about what Emmett had to say about the concern for play calling or the players? I mean, how do you feel about it?
I've already said it. Like what he just said. We've been saying it. Everybody's been saying it all night. The players are not doing their job. Bottom line, they're just not. And I don't. To be getting paid to, and I hate to keep bringing this up, but it's like, dude, we just paid you $240 million, and you're and this is something else. I don't know if anybody else noticed it. He's either overthrowing, they're having to reach to go try to get the ball. He's not throwing the ball to the players. Dak is, like I said, he's playing scared.
Let me ask you this question. I don't know if I'm gonna call it scared because Dak and McCarthy has been on the same page for the last 4 or 5 years. It's no
Okay.
room to be scared. But I'm thinking a lot has to do with this is because they do not play any preseason games. They do not touch the field, and no one
Okay,
has
but
realized.
okay, you saying that, but then when they do, okay, this is an example. So, I mean, so they play in the preseason game and then they get hurt. Then what? That's the whole reason that
Oh,
they say they don't play them in preseason because there's no need to because they could possibly be hurt. Plus,
yeah,
now that the time frame and the cutoff was so fast this year, you really want to get your players in that to see who's going to be on the team. So I mean, it's like a give and take. But my thing
yeah,
is Dak does shouldn't have to play in preseason.
Well,
This is
when
a
you
man
don't
who's
have
getting
when you
$240 million.
well, okay, but again, but
He should go.
you didn't even have your top receiver in camp. So and that's a whole nother issue right there. Pete, what do you think, bro?
yeah. And like I brought it up earlier, what I say, the first 2 weeks across the NFL, all teams, field goals are up, touchdowns are down. You can go watch Mahomes and the Chiefs. You can go watch Hurts and the Eagles. You can watch all these quarterbacks are having are issues. Now, not saying like I'm saying with Dak, with our players, I feel it's a little bit more like G said, training camp. Not playing preseason, but also too. Remember, we got two rookie offensive linemen, and we knew our left tackle was going to have some issues out there along the way. It's still growing pains with them. You don't think that's in his head, that side being protected. Uh, Also, too, like you said, people not doing their job. When he's throwing the ball, you saw Lamar throwing to guys not 5 yards within the receiver. When Dak's throwing the ball, they're two guys. They're all over him, and it's like is that create that's a lot to do with not having a running game is one,
And
and
poor
probably some of the
planning.
creative. There you go. So
Poor planning.
and it's just not getting the receivers to have these open lanes and catch and go. So there's a lot that goes into it. And like I said, I know you don't have a lot of time to waste, but you got to start getting going here. We're going fourth game of the season. Now it's time to, hey, let's get it rolling.
Okay,
Yeah.
he just brought up a good thing. So you said how you said that there's not a lot of time. So you're trying. So this is my question. So do you think they're not doing the run game, trying to catch up with the other teams by trying to pass the ball instead of doing run, instead of thinking that if they throw these what do you call them, Hail Mary passes and they catch it, oh, hopefully we'll get a touchdown. But you can't think like that. If you see it's
Yeah,
not working, change it
yeah,
up.
I don't think
yeah.
they're
And my
thinking
plan.
like that.
Oh,
You
go ahead,
don't
G.
think they're
Sorry.
thinking like that?
I don't think they're thinking like that. It's just because, again, we can't get in the end zone. So the run game goes out the window when you're 3 touchdowns behind. So what you running for now? We're 3 touchdowns behind. We got to throw the ball. That's why you only had 16 attempts, Chip, because we was behind trying to play catch up the last 2 games. So I think a lot of that has to do. Our defense is not keeping anybody out the end zone, and we can't get in the end zone. So we're not playing. This is the word. We are not playing complimentary football. Give it up.
And you know what, G? That's right. We're not playing complimentary football, but you know what? Also, too, there's no effort there. Nobody's hungry. Nobody wants it. Nobody's engaged in the game. They're more engaged with talking to one another, fighting one another, than they are fighting the people on the other side of the field. We
Wow.
gave CD a bunch of money, but CD, he's running routes, but he ain't get too much open. I don't
No, they
care.
they put they're running the zone on him, but he needs to learn how. See, you're gonna get 136 million. You better know how to break a zone, brother.
Hey,
That's on you. Get quit.
every
You
great
don't have
receiver
time to
get
pout. And
double.
I just said when he got this money, there is no more pouting. There's no more whiny baby, dude.
No,
Even if
sir.
you're not getting the ball, you still got to run enough. You got to be that. You got to be that all-pro player because we got 8 on the team. So that's another thing we're gonna talk about. We got 8 all-pro players on this team, and we're still
Mhm.
playing like trash. But again, I don't want to hear the whiny baby stuff. So I agree with you, Chip. He has to step up, and this is what we need to see. So
And
what you
that
got?
goes for the whole team too, because we
Yeah,
can't run the ball. We can't run that ball because soon it is Dak hands the ball to the running back, they already done met him. He's been met already. Zach Martin isn't doing nothing good. The other two rookies aren't doing nothing good. But hey, when you don't play to the level that you can play, can you practice to the level you should practice? And maybe on Sunday it'll look like you've been doing something.
Emmett, that the next clip talks about that. But I want to, before I get into this next clip, let me bring up some of these comments right here first. Roderick McGill says no run game. Give it up for Roderick McGill. It's so true. Well, that's what Emmett said. Now remember, Broderick, make sure you hear this next clip by Emmett. Because when you say no run game, Emmett has something to say about that. Robert Barron, can you bring that one up, Flipper? No, the one's only I got the stars on. Cowboy needs to come out hitting on all cylinders and score early. That's what we've been saying. And whatever reason they haven't been, I have no idea why we can't get this thing. Why we can't come out the blocks fast. So, what do y'all guys think about that? What that comment by Robert? Y'all agree
Yeah,
with
we
that?
need, and that's what I mean. If you look at our defense, they're aggressive pass rushing, and and we have to play with the lead, obviously, because we can't stop the run, right? So we have to get up to the lead to make the other guys throw the ball to let our pass rush get to them. Um, it's right there. You know, it's plain and simple that we did it to Cleveland, got up to the lead, and the defense took charge, right? So, and then when we're playing from behind, it's just they can just run on you all day. I mean, Lamar threw the ball 15 times only last week. 15 compared to
Yeah.
Dak's 51.
Well,
Crazy.
what Mike Derek Carlin threw it 16 times.
Yeah.
So, guys,
Yeah.
that's where the evaluation should come in. Bobby Davis is in the house. Give it up for Bobby Davis. Give it up. My God. Hard hitters in the house. Give it up.
And what's the scouting report on Derek Carr and Lamar Jackson? Make them throw the ball. Make them
And
be
I'm
passers.
wondering why we didn't do that. Why we didn't load the box and allow Lamar Jackson to beat us with his arm. We just didn't do it. We didn't do it. Get your guy Parson off that end, put him as an extra man on that line so we can free up our linebackers, and keep the linemen occupied. But anyway, I'm not gonna get him. What you got next? We need another true number 2 receivers trade and get Amari Cooper back. I don't know if we can do that. Okay, go ahead, Fleabug. What you think? I'm gonna let y'all go.
No, go.
I don't know if Mike McCarthy's offense is designed for 3 to 4 wide receiver sets. I think it's only created for number 1, the prime receiver, and the tight end. Where's everybody else at, guys? Where is Jalen Tope? This ball is not being spread around like we thought it should be. Chip, what is the deal with us spreading this ball around?
Well, number one is just I think it happens in practice because if we practiced it, we will be able to display it on a football field on Sunday. So we're not doing that. It's still coaches calling. It's no creativity. And I don't know what read Dak is getting to. First read, second read. Can he even get to the third read with this raggedy line that we got out here bringing every single week? I'm so baffled, not only because why we can't spread the ball around, but why can't we just matriculate and slowly, methodically come down the field so we could give a defense some time to rest? I think it's play calling. Starting right there is play calling. At this point, 2G, when we're talking about play calling, I'm at the point, man, if they lose Sunday, I lost all confidence in coaching, period. Get rid of Zimmer and get rid of McCarthy, and let's figure out something. Bring people up from the practice squad, too.
Ooh-wee. Chip.
I'm telling you.
We got
Chip had enough. Chip had enough.
We got a new subscriber. Thank you from joining us from TikTok. We appreciate you. Thanks a lot. Thank you for joining in with us. We'll definitely continue to put our content on TikTok as well. So thank you for being here. We got one more by Chris Plumage. Let's bring that one up, and then we'll get into this clip by Emmett Smith. Last game we tried to take the kickoff to get ahead, and we came out with some stale ass plays. And that's what got us in the game last. What was that? No, against was that who was that? We ran the kickoff return, but was that Cleveland?
Cleveland, yeah.
It
Yeah.
was
It was
in
punt
So
Cleveland's
return.
first
so
It
game.
was
yeah,
punt
that's all
return,
we
yeah.
got is special teams, guys. We can't get in the end zone, and we can't keep teams out of the end zone. So um, yeah, so we need to go back to the clip that Emmett Smith had something to say about. This part is talking about the run game. So let's listen to what he had to say. Take that down for me, moderator, please, and let's get into this. What he had to say. Check it out.
That Dallas's run game is holding back the offense, and when do you think it's time to bring up Dalvin Cook?
I don't think Dallas run game is holding back the offense. I think the offense is holding back Dallas run game because they're not putting the emphasis or focus on it. Like I said in the Cleveland Brown game, they went up against a very good, solid defensive front, and we ran the ball effectively. With Donald and Zeke, and we threw the ball effectively off of some of those runs. And so even when we ran the ball with Turpin or Lamb on the reverse sweeps and stuff like that, we gained positive yardage. So the running game in totality performed in the Cleveland Browns game. Unfortunately, in this game against the Saints were scoring at such high pace, we couldn't keep up with it. We couldn't stop it on the defensive side and give our offense a chance to even get into gear. So when that happened, the run game suffers because you're falling behind so much. You can't really rely on that. You try to slow the game down by running the ball, but if you're not running effectively, that makes things even worse. And so there were some mistakes up front. There was some there was just some mistakes up front that cost.
Well, and that's Emmitt Smith talking about it's not it's the offense that's holding back the run game. What? So that's what Emmett is saying. I mean, that's what he's feeling, that it's not the running backs, it's the offense. It's the offense that's holding them back. We got one more that just came in. Cowboys Champ is in the house. Let's bring Cowboys Champ on. Give it up for Cowboys Champ. Cowboys Champ, how you doing, brother?
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Well, as you know, we're sitting here. We're just doing a little venting right now, man, and kind of recapping and getting ready to go into this tomorrow night game, man. And we just heard a few clips from Emmett Smith and what he had to say about this run game. And he said he don't think it's not the running backs, it's the offense that's holding up the running backs. So, what do you think about that, champ?
Man, 2 years ago, the problem with the Cowboys was not replacing young Zeke by not drafting a younger running. Last year, this past year you had a chance to draft a young running back, and you still failed to do that. And it also starts with the offensive line. You should have been fixing the offensive line longer than this past draft. And I don't know why the front office thinks that they can just put any running backs back there. You can't. This running back by committee reminds me of the wide receivers by committee years ago.
Yeah.
It was a complete failure. You had a chance to sign Derrick Henry. Man, you know how good Derrick Henry would have been with this team? And especially helping out that. You
Well, it
won't
took a
put
lot of
all
pressure off.
thank you. That's the problem. You know what? Yes, we can still put the blame on GM Jerry, but it's reality. It is GM Jerry and Stephen and Will McClay. I mean, man, this team would be so much better if you had a running game. It would definitely help out the defense because we know that this defense for the past 3 years is set up to protect lead. not come from behind.
Mm.
And then
Hold
we
that. We
got
got
a
it.
lot of teams. Oh,
Go
we
ahead.
have
I'm
a
listening.
lot
Go
of
ahead.
teams this year. I'm sorry. We have a lot of teams this year that running heavy, and Cowboys can't stop the run. So the problem with the team, you can't run the ball, you can't stop the run. That's your blueprint right there.
That's a good one. Give it up for Cowboys champ. I need everybody to just stand by for a second. We got to do our little channel identification. So hold tight. Right. Do me a favor, guys, before y'all would leave tonight. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and that like button for it. Just get the algorithms going. Again, appreciate everybody for being part of this channel, man. Without you guys, we would not be where we are tonight. So give it up for everybody that's in here tonight. And let's get back to what we're saying. We're saying that now this is another big topic. And we're saying some people are saying that it's Jerry Jones' fault. Some people are saying that it's the coaching fault. And some people are saying that it's the players' fault. So, with that being said, Chip, starting with you, who's to blame at this? Because right now, the Cowboys fans should be worried because we don't know what direction we're going in. We don't have no sense of directions. So, where does this blame start, Chip?
Well, number one, you're absolutely right, G. Cowboy fans are worried. I'm worried. When we want to point the finger and blame, number one, let's start with the general manager. What can you have done to get this team in position to win? Not just win, but win right now. And that needed to start in free agency. It should have been going through the offseason program, and it should have been complete when we went into spring training. When we went to football camp, we should have had everybody that was on our roster, unless we needed to add a piece here too due to injury. We should have been set with the roster. You don't sign your quarterback the day of the first game. You don't sign your star wide receiver 2 weeks before it's time to go. No, we should have had that done. That meant you was ready to win. Coaching, the scheme is whack right now, is stale, and your players are too frail for you to be playing. Uh, 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 I'm losing words. Too frail to play stale. You know what I'm saying? And it's like this on the offensive line and on the defensive line. You can't do nothing. And that's why we're losing. Champ said he think we should have bought Derrick Henry. If you ask me, I don't care if you bring Hercules in the building. I don't care if you bring the Incredible Hulk in the building. There's nobody to block for any running back that you put back there right now. Still, he's getting thrown around like tissue. He's still learning. He's all over the place. Zach Martin is getting handled more than he ever has before. People are in Dak's lap more than you ever seen any quarterback this year. Let's look at the tape now. They pushing the guys that's supposed to be blocking, they're pushing them into Dak's lap. Everybody's falling into Dak's lap. Dak might as well get a chair, sit down like Santa Claus and say, have a seat, because everybody's in my lap right now. Nobody's blocking. I don't care who you bring in here to running. You need to coach better. You need to move people up and down the field so maybe you could get some separation because nobody's getting open. It's everybody's fault.
So, and that's good stuff. Give it up for Chip. So, Chip, if that's the case, and that's the case, if you see it, and I'm sure we that's on this panel, we all see the same thing. So, if that's the case, coach, fix it. If you know you don't have that much time to throw the ball, fix the play calling.
Fix the
Fix
play
something.
calling. Give me some motion. Get the ball out on the flat. Get it out there quick. You know what I mean? Tight ends falling down on blocks. You know, it's time to get serious about winning. Let's make some changes because we're not adjusting, right? Copycat
No,
league. Everybody's copycat, and they're gonna keep running at us, right? Their defense are ready for us. They know, oh, we can't run, so we can handle the Cowboys. Come on, load the box out, go get them. We not doing nothing. Get some quick throws out there. Bring number 9 screaming pass on a jet sweep. Do the same thing with CD Lamb. Get number 40 involved. Come on, man.
yeah. So, and Pete, I want you to respond to that same thing because, but it's they saying that it's Zimmer, he's got to go, but his critic, he may not have the talent. We have 8 All Pros on this team. We have 8. Don't tell me we don't have the talent. 8. So again, come on, Pete. Come on, Pete. We
I'm,
can't make
I,
excuses.
I'm, and I'm going to go. It's going to go all around, right? And I said before the year, if this team is going to do anything, it's going to be up to the coaching staff to get this
Yeah,
team to where they need,
yeah.
because of what our front office had put them in. And just like Cowboy Chat 2 years ago, and we said it, G, last year our running game was, it was okay, but what could we have done? We knew Tennessee was not going nowhere. You don't think they would have took a sixth, seventh round pick for Derrick Henry in the middle of the season to rent to go
Oh
further?
man.
If
Wow.
you knew, you were going to sign Dak and CD, you knew you were going to sign them to extension. Why was that not done in February, March? Because now we have 28 million in cap space, and doesn't do us good right now. It would have done us good in March, because the reason why you should have dipped in free agency this year, because of how poor your draft class was the year before.
Yep.
Because you got one starter that's playing this year
Yep.
from that draft class. One.
Yep. And
And
one
from this
shouldn't
draft
be out
class,
there.
and one, yeah, exactly. One shouldn't be out there. And this year's draft class, you got 4 guys that are contributing in this year's draft class, because you
Yeah.
messed up so bad in that one.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
didn't and you didn't think to get a running back. The Jets, they got a guy in Hall that's a true one running back. What did they do in the
Woo.
draft? Go get one of the best college running backs in the draft in Allen, and he averages 60 to 70 yards a carry as the backup running back. What did the Washington do? They got a stud at running back in Robinson. They went into free agency and got another guy in Eckler to complement that guy. So you tell me, where does the blame fall?
Mm. And like Chip just said, and I'm saying there's a lot of blame to be thrown around, but again, like Chip said, the line is where they are. But
Yeah,
again, we still have 8 Pro Bowlers on this team. I need my coaches to do something.
yeah,
I
and
need my
and
coaches. We got to figure out how to stop. Even if we allow them to score, we need to get down there and we need to score along with it. And again, it's preparation. Now that first game we played against Cleveland, I mean that people were saying, "Man, they look good." Man, that's what they were saying. But after that first game, we went flat. We went flat. And now we starting to see the Cowboys champ. We're starting to see the frustration. Now you seeing Micah getting into it with Tank Lawrence, and you see him CD and Dak and Zach Martin getting into it. So how do you calm the storm right now, Cowboys champ? Because there's some frustration that's rising, and Mike McCarthy has to get a hold of this team, or he's going to lose it, and we might not see Mike McCarthy the full season. What do you think, Cowboy champ?
Man, how you fix that is by winning. But think about it. Mike McCarthy is a lame duck coach. Majority of the people on this staff are lame duck coach. If the Cowboys were serious about winning this year, they would have you would have either trade better, pick up better free agents, or Better yet, instead of bringing in Zim, if you brought in Zimmer, you would have drafted defensive tackles starting out and defensive ends to fix the problem with the running, no, stop the run. But they did neither. Because the majority of the people on the defense is still the Quinn's team, and which is they are not power. They all finesse. Um, with offense, you put everything on deck to make you succeed. And some people ain't gonna like my statement, but Dak is a bus driver. He's not elite. You need Dak definitely does need help around him, but the Cowboys failed to do that just by signing CD to second highest paid for a wide receiver. That's not helping, and because if that was helping, CD would have never held out. He would been in training camp. Him and Dak would be on the same page. Um, so right now, I see this team imploding. If they don't beat if they don't beat New York tomorrow, man, the floodgates is going to break and it's
Yeah,
going to be chaos. Now,
yeah.
um, up to me, the system that the system that the Joneses have in place is not working. For me personally, I think that the Joneses need to feel the fans' pain over the last 30 years. They don't. It's all about them, marketing. $10 billion. Who gives a you know what? It's not producing Super Bowls. It's not producing playoff success. You're just getting to the playoffs. You're just getting by. That's not good enough. That's not my Dallas Cowboys who I grew up on. That's not. This particular Cowboy fans, this for the weak people who like just mediocrity. That's not me. Uh,
Yeah.
so if the players want to start fuss at each other, go look at a damn mirror, especially Parson. Parson want to talk about people that start playing hero. Fool, you need to go back to linebackers, the linebacker position, and stop being defensive end because you're only 235 pounds soaking wet.
Yeah.
You're too weak to handle these 335
Yeah.
offensive tackles.
And I think we
That's
see,
on the coach.
yeah, and think we
I'm
see
sorry.
that around week 10, we start seeing Michael Parsons start declining because that's a lot of banging for a 235-pound linebacker going up against these 300-pound tackles, and we wonder what happens, why he fades. I mean, it's just it's a weighted disadvantage, and for whatever reason, they feel that they have to put him over there, and we saw that on Sunday how basically he just kept screwing up his assignment. But Pete, with that being said, the frustration is growing, and we've seen it on film. And with you, how do we straighten the ship? How we right the ship?
They it goes by the players got to be disciplined. Like they said, you have to control whatever you can control. Whatever that's your area, do not try to do more than that because that's where you get burned.
Yeah,
They have to come. And the thing about it, man, is just like, look, I know for the majority, everybody's worried. I'm more on the side of these next two games. We got two teams that are offensively struggling. If we lose to one of these two teams, then I will jump on board and I am officially worried. That's it. But like I said, let's go. Let's say you get the Giants tomorrow night. You get this victory, you get a little mini bye, try to fix some things, and then you get the Steelers. And let's see if we can get on a roll and get this figured out. And like I said, and I told you before, G, before the season started, it's going to be up to the coaches. It all falls in their lap this year to get these
yeah.
guys ready.
So with that being said, Chip, if we do not pull this game off on tomorrow night, are you hitting the panic button?
Well,
What?
I hit the panic button 2 games ago. I'm in panic mode because I'm just gonna go out there and say it. I really don't think the Cowboys are gonna win tomorrow night.
It's possible.
You know, they got a red hot wide receiver. All you got to do now, if Danny Dimes throw this rock, you know, 30 times or something like that, we're gonna win the game. But if he happens to be efficient and only has to throw this ball 15 times, and they're gonna run this running back out there, the Cowboys are gonna lose the game because you can't stop nothing and you can't produce any offense on your own. And on that defense over there, they got a big greasy pork chop eating lineman ready to come knock you out. And if Michael Parsons happened to put his hands in the dirt, that's a problem because you need some movement and shiftiness. Stand up, run, go get somebody. You get your hands up in the dirt, they're going to body slam you and get you out your lane. Cowboys going to lose the game 28-12.
Oh, wow. Wait a minute. Whew. So, Cowboys champ, Ralph, I see you back there. Hold tight just a second. I'll bring you on just a second. Cowboys champ, are you hitting the panic button if we lose this game tomorrow?
Well, no, what to really be honest, from what I saw in the off season, I hit the panic button back then, especially during the draft. Yes, I said that the Cowboys were going by maybe 5 or 7 games this year
Oh, wow. Ralph.
because the fact because you can't run the ball and you can't stop the run, and that's the blueprint. The Cleveland. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Let's go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
Okay, that Cleveland game, second half. What did the offense do? Not a damn thing. They had 150 yards halftime, and then at the end of the game, they only had 178 yards. So that means that you only could reduce 35 yards.
Oh, my
And
God.
then, no run the game. McCarthy is not telling Dak to get rid of that damn ball in enough time. Dak is still looking 30 yards down the field
Down the
instead
field.
of going through his progression, dump it off. And then,
Yeah.
this is my last statement. Why are you playing Zeke on the outside and Mighty Mouse on the inside? That should be reversed.
I
Okay,
agree with you.
I'm done.
So let's welcome Ralph. Ralph is in the house. Give it up, Ralph. I know you kind of caught the tail end of what we
Yep.
got going on. I want to hear how you feeling about this Cowboy, where we are right now, and then I want to moderate in the back. I want to get these comments up after Ralph shares his thoughts about our Cowboys. How you doing, Ralph? You doing okay, brother?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. But I really think of between for this Thursday night, I mean, it's the old classic rivalry. But it seems
That's
that
true.
it's gonna be really complicated. But I really see why they gotta to be like the odds right now because it's gonna be like the underdogs. But it's gonna be like a really favorite at all. But I never seen like very unconfident before because I know that I'm a Raider fan and we just won against Baltimore Ravens, and then Baltimore Ravens gave like another favor. But it seems that it did show up for a good reason why the receiver room and also the running backs room, the quarterback, it doesn't seem like very functioning at all because I know that really happens. I know there's some persons they're very sick and tired of losing for that teams, but it's gonna be really important. But they have it. It seems like this is not even like a rivalry anymore, but it's gonna be like a fucking tune, which is a very classic. But
Yeah. Yeah.
really wrong. There's nothing to suggest it otherwise. Because I know what they're playing against Malik Neighbors. Now they might be a bit careful because it's gonna be like only the weapon that really started it all. But I know between Daniel Jones and Dak Prescott, it should be like a realistic matters, but it's gonna be like an automatic in swinging under the favor. So it's gonna be like they have some real problems, but if they really would stop the run, because that would be like the key of the match. If they can stop the run, the New York Giants, they have one weapon who really scares it all. And they had to be careful to offer the offensive of New York Giants, which they have Brian the Ball. Now, should be like a really interesting, but if they need to be careful about for the defense, that shouldn't be like anything about for the problem. Because what are the enough kids, and how in the hell are they gonna stop Malik Neighbors? Well, easy. They're gonna use the secondary to get it stopping enough and carry off for like the yards and everything. That could be happen.
Yeah. No, and I agree with. Give it up for Ralph. I appreciate that observation, man, because I said the same thing when I pulled it up and I saw the Giants and the Cowboys. I was like, dang, this is a classic game. There's always been a classic game when the Cowboys played the Giants. I remember as a kid, this was a big game when they played one another, and back then Parcells they had this team as a juggernaut at the time. So I agree with you, Ralph. But again, we got 2-1-2 teams here, man, and they're both scratching, kicking, and fighting and biting, trying to get this first win. So, Chip Game Sport TV, I see what you're saying, because uh, uh, New York is in a position too. They're not just going to roll over and let us beat them. And so this is definitely going to be a classic game, Ralph, and I agree with you. And we just have to sit back and see the strategies, because we know that this is it's going to be a chess match, and
Oh
who
yeah.
makes the least mistakes, who prepares the best, wins the game. So that's where we are. So I agree with you, Ralph, man. I appreciate you coming on, man, and sharing that with us, man. I mean, that's a great observation. So I'm looking at it a different way. I know my guy
Yeah,
Chip is ready.
exactly.
He done pushed the panic button and Cowboy Chip. And I
Yeah.
think this is gonna be a better game than we expect. So, but Ralph, thank you for coming on, man. And make sure
All
you
right.
come
Thank you
back and
very
see us
much.
again. Okay, appreciate you. Take care. Thank you.
Yeah. Have a good one.
All right. But yeah, man, that was great. I mean, it is a classic game, PR Cowboy. It is. So, but again, here we are. It's a possibility. And like we said, that New York is not going to roll over. They're not just going to play dead for us. And they're
Nope.
playing at home. So I see where Chip is coming from with this when he
Yeah.
says it's a possibility. What do you
And the
think?
weather's not going to be good either. The weather's going to be bad. So what are you going to want to do? You're going to want to run the ball.
God,
Uh, but it comes back to, like I said, like, you know what they want to do. You know what you need to do against Daniel Jones is make him throw the ball. So stack the box, get physical, stop that run, and make him beat you with his arm. That's the game plan on
yes, sir.
defense.
Well, we're going to see.
So
We're going to, yeah. Go
And
ahead. Go
you
ahead.
know
I'm
what,
sorry.
P? I'm sorry, but P,
yeah,
if that's a great point, P. If they don't come out and do exactly what you said to do, put the pressure on Danny Dimes, then the defensive coordinator needs to be fired. Bring
Yeah.
Al Harris in here to take his job.
Yeah. So you got to play the run. Make him throw the ball.
it's the same
That's
thing.
so
You go. It's the same thing. You go back to the Green Bay game. Their weapon was Aaron Jones. Why didn't you stack the box to stop him and let you know what I'm saying? Like it's been the same thing. Saints, Alvin Kamara. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like Lamar Jackson, make him throw the ball, and you haven't yet to figure that out.
So true. So let's get into these comments, guys, before we get out of here, man. But I want to also share these comments right here. So we got one right here. Patrick Rice said, "This is Jerry's fault. He should have been on the phone doing free agents singing. He was on the damn yacht. Eagles owners was on the phone. So true. Give it up for Patrick. That's so true. We felt they wouldn't have anything. Let's go to the next one. Do you guys agree with that? What Patrick Ryder said? I mean,
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
yeah,
Oh yeah, I
You hit
definitely
on the
agree with
button.
that.
yeah.
I
Chris
definitely
Plummet,
agree with that.
he says, why the heck would Mike McCarthy throw the challenge flag in the first half on Sunday? Look at Chip. That was just another instance when he does bonehead thing as a head coach. Situational football, clock management. Wait a minute, Chris. He said he has a analytic team. He has guys that tell him the percentage of what he can do, and what he can do. What are we
See,
talking about here?
that
Is he
it
not paying
wasn't that.
attention to this team?
You
It
know
wasn't
what?
Chip,
that. It
I
was a
think
panic move. It was a panic move because his defense just got the ball ran down his throat, and he didn't want to have them get on the field. That's what it was. It was a panic move.
it was crazy. It
you
was
know what?
crazy.
I think McCarthy was just trying to get that field goal record. You know that he threw a kick out there to kick a 65 yards. I think that's all he worried about. Ooh, we got
Dude,
65 yards.
if
Whee!
that's the case, dude, he might well just go ahead and pack his bags and take off. Because, dude, we was in the worst way to be trying to go for a six. And he celebrated big time. He said
Yeah,
he
he did.
I would have been like getting with my coaches on that headset, like, okay, why can't we get in the end zone? We shouldn't have to depend on our kicker to kick a 65-yard field goal. Now it's a great thing that Brandon Aubrey is so cool under pressure. And that he is. No fear whatsoever. But this is not what we want, fellas. This is not what we want. So, but this is where we are, guys. So let's go. Let's do this prediction here before we get out of here. Starting with you, Cowboys champ. What's going to be the score for the Giants? And let me say this. Give me your final comment. What is it that you're looking for on this game on tomorrow? And your final score before we get out of here. Your final comments and what is.
Okay,
Come on.
if the Cowboys win, you have to somehow establish a running game. If not, dink and dunk. That get rid of the ball. Stop holding on to the ball. Defense. Uh, I like what Chip Game said. Get rid of Zimmer. Let Al Harris call the play so they can get back to what they know.
Yeah.
Um, but with the team imploding on each other, I got the Giants winning 31-20.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh my God. All right, Chip. Since we on the road, Chip, it's on you. Your final comments. What is that you want to see in your final score? And tell us again.
I want to see fight and not one another. I want to see a team that's going to stick up for one another, that's going to say, I got your back. I want to see less penalties, mistake-free football. But I think it's just a hope and a wish because you're coming off of two dramatic beatdowns. You're losing in dramatic fashion 2 times in a week. In addition to that, you're not producing. Now you're on a flight today, on a short week. They don't practice like they used to anyway. This team is undisciplined. This is the first time in my Cowboy life since the 1900s that I'm going to say my team is going to lose tomorrow night. I
Wait.
hope they prove me wrong. I pray they prove me wrong. But I think they're going to get beat down in Secaucus, New Jersey tomorrow, 28-12.
Oh my gosh. All right, Pete. Starting with you on top, brother.
All right, man. It's
It's a lot of
against us,
sad
right?
singing and slow driving
It's a
right now,
lot.
Pete.
It's a lot against us, right? We got CD crying on the sideline after he fumbles and dropping balls and yelling at Dak and Zach Martin coming to his defense. This is what I want to see. I want to see if it's going to be a physical game. Are we going to get punked or are we going to punk them? Is
Mm.
is somebody going to hit Dak late and is one of our guys going to come to his defense or are they going to fight each other again?
Mm.
I am not on the panic boat yet. Like I told you before, if they would lose one of the next two games, I will jump on that boat. But I'm not there yet. Coaches, let's get a game plan. Hey, we're 1-0 on the road this year. We might be road warriors this year. Who knows?
Mm.
Final score Cowboys 21, Giants 13.
Ooh, give it up. We got to win. All right. All right, Miss Fleabug, it's on you. What's your final comments? What is it that you want to see, and what's your final score?
I want to see how they played the first when they played the Browns. I want to see that defense. I want to see that defense stopping those runs, making turnovers. Defense. I want to see the defense. I feel like if the defense stops the plays and stops them from scoring, then that'll hype up the offense and then they'll do better too. So that's what I want to see. I want to see the defense come out on fire.
And what's your final score?
I don't know. I'm just tripping off the fact that Cowboys champs and Chip both picked the Giants over the Cowboys. I'm kind of, I don't even really want to give a score because I don't know.
Come on, you can't punk out on us. Come on, you got to come on
I'm
with it.
not punking out, but
Come on with it. It's
I'm
barbershop
thinking,
talk.
I'm thinking a low score. I'm not thinking anything high.
Okay, because of the weather.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I like PR score 21-13. I'm gonna say I don't see us getting 3 touchdowns. I'm gonna say 14 to 10 Cowboys.
All right, give it up. Give it up. Boy, that's a
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
and that is fair. Personally, I want to see preparation. I want to see discipline. I want to see accountability. I want to see a strong start. I want to see a strong finish. I want to see uh, great execution on this offense. I need to see execution. I want to see Zeke as at least the number 2 running back, not the number 3 running back. If you're going to keep Zeke at the number 3, release him. Don't do that to Zeke. Don't do that to Zeke. He does not deserve that. If you're going to keep him at a 3rd running back, I mean,
Why did you
release
bring
him.
him back?
Why even bring him back? I want to see this defense play better. It's a possibility we might not see Kalen Carson tomorrow. I don't know who's going to play that cornerback position. I think he's injured right now. He's doubtful right now.
Game time decision.
It's time decision. I want to see this defense line an extra man on that front line and make Daniel Jones throw the ball. It's simple. It's simple, like we should have done last week. We should have put an extra man on the line and make Lamar Jackson throw this ball. If I do not see any of these things, a perfectly well coached and managed game on tomorrow night, people, we in up for a long season. And now I see probably why Jerry got everybody on a 1-year contract. But we'll see. But in my final score, I'm going to say probably 27-13, 27-13 Cowboys. Give it up. We don't know. I'm gonna keep our fingers crossed. But with that being said, guys, I want to thank everybody. Okay, we got Patrick Ryder. Patrick Ryder say his score is going to be 28-16. Give it up for Patrick Ryder. And I want to give a big shout out to everybody that was on here tonight. Cowboys champ, man, appreciate you coming out, man. We look forward to. I've been trying to reach out to you. Put up my the email address for me, Fleabug, so I can get my information to Cowboy champ so we can stay connecting and things like that. Chips Game Sports TV, I always appreciate you. PR Cowboy, you've been with me since through thick and thin, brother. We still riding and everything. And Fleabug, my administrator, I appreciate you to death as well. But again, thank everybody for coming out tonight. We're going to definitely continue to get this thing going. Be ready. We'll be having some post game video coming up. So again, guys, thank y'all for hanging out with us tonight. And Chip, we're gonna win tomorrow night, brother. We're gonna win. All right, y'all. Like I always say, continue to be safe and continue to be blessed. We out. Deuces.